Hey, I'm cardiologist Dr. Jack Wolfson, and I want to share with you the 4 main reasons why I do not prescribe statin drugs as a cardiologist. Statin drugs are the #1 selling class of drugs of all time. And I'm going to tell you that that is a total failure of the system. So let's go through the statin drugs, why I don't prescribe them, okay? #1, right, they don't work. Now, what do I mean by that, they don't work? They lower numbers down, but they don't meaningfully lower your risk of heart attack, stroke, and dying. Certainly not for primary prevention. The data that they produce gets a little bit better for secondary prevention. But it's not about how do we lower our risk of having a heart attack on an annual basis, for example, from 3% to 2.8%. We want to know how do we lower it down to 0%. We know that statin drugs don't do that. Statin drugs have very little benefit regarding heart attack, stroke, and dying. And actually, some studies show that more people die in the statin drug group versus placebo. For that, you can check out Sparkle, you can check out All Hat LLC, and you can check out the AFCAP's TexCap study, which is the original statin trial. So again, statin drugs lower numbers down, but you don't get a prize for, better, cholesterol levels. You don't get a free bottle of olive oil. You don't get a gift card to Target. You want to know if you take a drug, does it lower your risk of heart attack, stroke, and dying? Now, the #2 reason I don't prescribe statins, of course, is because they have side effects. They're not really side effects, they're just effects. Statin drugs are not conscious. They don't know what they're doing. They just go into the body and mess things up. So when you interfere with the enzyme HMG-CoA reductase, you interfere with the production of cholesterol, but you also interfere with the production of LDL, which is designed to transport its passengers around the body, fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K, CoQ10. LDL is an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and part of our immune system. So the side effects, of course, lower CoQ10, statin drugs lower dolicol for your brain function. Statin drugs also decrease the ability to create a functional vitamin K, which is why statin drugs increase coronary calcification and can cause osteoporosis and fracture. Muscle aches, liver inflammation, brain disorders, kidney disorders, you name it. The statin drugs shut down a very important enzyme in the body, and you suffer the consequences. Now, the third issue I have with statins, of course, is that it gives you a false sense of security. Security, false sense of security. You actually think that you're safe. The doctor tells you, take this drug and you can eat whatever you want. Live however you want. Think however you want. But that's not true. That's not true at all, because people are dying every moment of every day because of that. And because of that false sense of security, they're not getting the message of health and wellness. They're not getting the message that they truly deserve. So it's a false sense of security. I don't like it for that reason. And the fourth reason that I'll talk about right now, right, is that statin drugs keep you plugged in to the system. You're a patient for life. You're a client for life. You keep going back to the doctor. You keep getting more pills, more refills, more side effects, more tests that you didn't need. And then, of course, you go to the pharmacy and you're picking up the stuff and you're spending your time, your effort. You're plugged into the system, the sickness system. Come over here and work with us at Natural Heart Doctor. the health system, the longevity system. That's what we do at Natural Heart Doctor, which is why I left mainstream cardiology to come over here and open up Natural Heart Doctor, the worldwide leader in cardiovascular health. So for this reason, I don't prescribe statin drugs, Lipitor, Crestor, Zocor. Oh, by the way, those drugs, many of them contain fluorine, and if you're anti-fluoride, maybe you don't want the fluorine atom in your body either when you swallow certain statin drugs. There's a much better way to health and wellness besides statin drugs. Work with us at Natural Heart Doctor to learn more. Now, your friends, your family, they're on statin drugs. Share this information. Subscribe to our channel. Let's help a lot of people go after the root cause of why they have abnormal lipids, why they have inflammation, and why they are at risk of heart attack, stroke, and dying. The #1 killer in the world. The fact that this is the #1 selling drug class of all time, yet heart disease is still the #1 killer, just tells you right there that we've taken the wrong path. And there is a much better way. That's what we do here at Natural Heart Doctor.